channel. Welcome back to the Niger Hair Can Grow channel. You won't believe that I literally just shampooed my hair. Like, I would say maybe a good 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes, and it's completely dry. I'm still trying to figure out this hair of mine, and today I'm back with an October update. As I promised, I said I was gonna come back in October to update you guys about my hair and how the Ayurvedic hair challenge has been going. So you saw from the clip before now, a few weeks ago I did make a new batch of my Ayurvedic oil, and I used avocado oil as the main carrier this time because ever since I did a research and found out that avocado oil had pretty much 100% penetrative power or qualities, I was sold. So I decided to use avocado as the main carrier oil instead of grapeseed. But any penetrative oil will be fine. Avocado, grapeseed, olive, any of those lightweight oils, sweet almond are great. Boab, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's fine. So I just washed my hair and I'm just going to go ahead and I just want to put it in, I would say like 6 plaits like I did last time. My hair most of September, end of September, first week of October was completely put away. You guys saw I did some butterfly locks, and even before that I did like a cornrow lock style. So I'm really trying to reduce the amount of manipulation that goes on with my hair because I found that that really helps to retain length. So when I took down my butterfly locks, I actually did a strengthening treatment with Ayurvedic herbs, and that really made my hair feel great afterwards. But I do have some tangles at the back. So this is also going to be like a mini chit chat video because honestly this past week, if you're Nigerian you know what I'm talking about. This past week has been hot in Nigeria, and it's just been like something just went off, like a light bulb just went off in people's heads, in young Nigerian people's heads, and it was like enough is enough. And I've been so proud of how things have been handled. Not even necessarily the protest, but it's the organization, the clear message, the focus. It's just been like, wow, you know, all we are saying is end SARS, end police brutality, end unjust killings, end wickedness and evil in the police force, and even the poverty of the police, reform the police, because a lot of police people are impoverished and they take out their frustration on the citizens. So end all of that. And if you know how much money is exchanging hands on a daily basis in the governmental parastatals of Nigeria, you will be astonished because there is money. This is not a country that is poor. Our country is blessed. It's blessed with natural resources. The oil that we finally have almost dried out is still somehow, some way, you know, sustaining some hierarchy of people. And so it's a country filled with human resources, human beings everywhere you go. You know, we're the most populous African nation. Why aren't we using that to our advantage? So the youth are tired. We're tired of promise and fail, because most of the time, you know, these politicians, when they want to get into office, they are making all these promises, you know, that they know they're not going to keep, and no one's going to hold them accountable. Why? Because we've been sleeping. Now they're afraid. It's hot. There's no way any politician in any government house right now is sleeping like a baby. For a change, let them experience the stress that it is living as a common Nigerian for a change, let them feel a bit insecure and unsafe to leave their houses. Let them feel like they need to watch their back for a change. Let them wonder if somebody's going to come and attack them, you know, for a change, because it's really been bad. You know, I can't help but be political because I'm a lawyer by profession, and there's one thing that I know I hate, and that is injustice of any kind, especially when I feel like maybe there is like a clear underdog. Let me give you guys a quick story. So one time I was in Abuja and I was on the queue, and this old man, like, I mean old enough to be my dad or even older, came and he wanted to buy dog food. So he picked the dog food, but it was so heavy. It was one of those massive bags of dog food, and he got to the till, and that till was 10 or less. You guys might know this supermarket in Abuja, but I'm not going to mention names. But there's a supermarket, very big supermarket, and in that supermarket they have a queue for 10 or less, right? And he's at this 10 or less queue. He literally has just this bag of dog food, and when he gets to his turn, oh, by the way, I just applied a little bit of this for definition. Let me see, I'm just trying it out to see if it's going to define my curls in any way, shape or form. Anyway, so when it got to his turn and he's like, oh, I just have this bag, they tell this 70-year-old looking man to pick up this dog food bag and put on the table so they can ring it up, or he should go and join the queue that had, like, you know, people buying hundreds of things. And it was like a busy time. I think it must have been the holidays or something, because it was really busy, so everybody was trying to be on this, you know, 10 or less. And so he's like, I just have this one bag of dog food. I just have this one bag of dog food. Can't you guys help me at least maybe bring the thing? You know how at Walmart they'll bring the thing to ring you up and you don't have to bring it out of your cart? Or, you know, somebody should just help. They said no, he should carry it. This 70-year-old man bent down, his knees buckling, struggling. I don't know when I just screamed, what rubbish is this? They just looked at me, hey madam, don't come. I was just like, what is this? This man is here, so if he faints, if he falls down, if he faints here, what will you people say? What's the justification for this unnecessary demand that he should carry this huge bag of dog food just because nobody wants to maybe come around and either help carry it or ring it up for him? Can you imagine? They were like, mind your business, you know, get all defensive. People were looking at me. I was just like, this is the problem in Nigeria. I went on a rant, like a typical angry black woman rant, but who cares? I was so upset. And that's just how I've been. Like, I can poke my nose into things like that, especially once I feel like there's an underdog situation. I was so grateful. You could see it in his eyes, like, finally somebody sees my point, somebody is speaking up for me, because it's like these people don't understand what I'm saying. And you know, that's the kind of person I am. I just can't help it. If I'm watching something happen that is just so unjust, I will be the person to make a comment. You will hear my voice, you know. So I really thought, you know, should I be political, being that I have a hair page and all of that, and it's not necessarily, you know, a political or an analytical type page. But to be honest, these conversations need to be had. They are hard, but they need to be had. And the world is now, you know, a global village where everybody is knowing what is happening everywhere. Actually, the very first time that I knew that this NSARS thing had gone viral was when one of my clients, Black American, African American clients, sent me a message with the NSARS thing and said, is this really happening in your country? And I'm like, wow, this thing has become that crazy. Then I go online, and of course on Instagram I'm seeing it everywhere. I was like, wow. So this NSARS thing has gained this much momentum. I was so happy, but I was so worried at the same time, because I'm like, you know, this is how these things start, and it's like, okay, end, and the government knows we'll be tired and give up. But the momentum has just, it picked up so much speed. Like one of my friends posted that, you know, they had come up with an emergency line for if you want medical help, if you want legal help, if you want any kind of assistance. And I was just like, is this not what we've been asking for, Nigeria? Nigerian leaders, is this not what we've been asking for? 911, emergency, ambulance, something that can happen to anybody at any time where you will need help. This is what we have been asking these people for. And our Nigerian youth did this thing in a week. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. If anything has come out of this, it has been exposure, disgrace for our leaders, who have had the opportunity to change things for years. Some of them have been in power for years. The whole democratic rule, some of them have been around in some form of power or the other for years. I'm talking years. And they've not been able to do anything. Our youth come along in a week. So if anything, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And you know, I could go on and on and on. Is one of my passions is to see Nigeria become a better place. You know, I'm not there now, but my heart is there. My future is there. My children, my grandchildren, you know, we are Nigerians, and no matter how much you achieve in another person's land, your heart will always be where, you know, your father's land is, where your home is. Your joy will always be having an impact where you come from. So I just keep praying that, you know, things will really turn out good, and this has not been in vain. I'm really praying for all the people that are in charge, that something comes out of this, something positive, permanent change, all our demands are met. That's my prayer. The curl and wave, there's something about this curl and wave activator that makes the hair stay moisturized, and I strongly believe it's the glycerine. And it's so cheap, $3.99, and it just works so good for my hair. So I'm going to plait the rest of my hair, and I'll come back tomorrow morning on my way to church after I've unraveled these. Hopefully it looks decent, and I will maybe conclude on my Ayurvedic challenge update. But so far, you guys can see my hair, it's looking very healthy. Like, if it's one thing I've achieved this year, 2020, is my hair has been the healthiest it's been since I started my hair journey. It's primarily because I stuck with NHD Trichology products. I finally found ingredients that my hair loves, and I have been consistent. This is my hair ball. Any improvements? Did my hair become thicker? Does it look thicker? Let me see. Does it? I know it just feels great. That's what I'm going to say.